Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to play a little bit of Eternal Strands. I received access to this game before the game actually released. The game is currently under NDA, even though when you see this video, it will no longer be under the full NDA. The way that it works is that I'm allowed to play this game, but I am not allowed to review this game. The reviews for the game are under embargo until one day before the release date of the game, which I believe is the 27th of January. And currently it is the 16th of January. So I'm about 10 days too early, but I'm allowed to upload videos and create content with the game and publish those videos a week before the game releases. But, like I say, I'm not allowed to review the game until one day before the release. So normally what I would do if I'm playing a new game is I would do a first impression review, as I always do. I've done probably over 500 of them on different games, but I can't do it on this one, at least not a first impression review. So I will probably do a review on the game, but I will save that for either one day before the release of the game or sometime after the release of the game. So I'm allowed to give my opinion and comment on stuff like this is good, this is bad, but I can't make the game, I can't make it an official review, since obviously there's probably going to be stuff that will be changing in the game, probably. That is probably why the developers have put an embargo on reviews, and so like people are allowed to create content with the game, but they aren't allowed to review the game. So anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna just be playing the game like a let's play playthrough, a long play type video. And yeah, so sometime after that, maybe once the game has released, I might do a review of the game. So this game is pretty interesting. It actually has some big names behind the game, and yet this developer, Yellow Brick Games, has never released a game. This is the first game that they've released, or that they are going to release, and there's some really big names behind the game. There's a big budget behind the game. Even Square Enix is collaborating. It's like a double studio type thing. So Yellow Brick Games are working together with one of the studios that Square Enix uses, actually one of the studios that worked on Final Fantasy 16. So literally the studio that worked on Final Fantasy 16 is working together with Yellow Brick Games to make this game. So that's pretty interesting. Some really big names, Square Enix's studio, and it's a really unknown studio and an unknown game. So let's see how this game is. So I'm not going to go too in depth into the settings. I would just like to point out that they don't allow you to change the resolution of the game, which is really stupid, but they do at least allow you to change the resolution scaling. So we're running the game at 4K resolution, downscaled by 29%. So that should equal roughly 2K resolution. I'm not using DLSS or anything like that. The game does support DLSS, but I'm not using that. We're running it at native 4K resolution downscaled by 29%, which should equal 2K resolution, because I always record my videos at native 2K resolution at 60 FPS, if at all possible, if the game allows it. Some games don't allow you to play a game on native resolution. They force you to use some kind of AI downscaling or algorithmic downscaling, which I don't like, because nothing looks as good as native gameplay. So this is at least native. At least the game allows you to play the game natively at a native resolution without any crappy algorithmic downscaling. So let's jump into the game. Health is higher. Okay, that's really bloody stupid. They don't even tell you what changes. Like here, they should be telling you whatever. Like Bryn has 25% more HP. And then here they should be telling you Bryn has 25% less HP. But they don't do that. They do tell you Vitality Tonics restore half as much health, so that's 50%. So there they do tell you 50%. But here they don't tell you anything, and over here they don't tell you anything. So that's really stupid. So anyway, we're just going to play it on normal, but it's stupid that they don't tell you what the difficulty option actually does. When weavers born in the next era ask what we were willing to risk, wrangling these capricious lands into hearth and home, our exploits, blah blah blah.
The heart of magical development.
Couldn't even read finished.
For practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation. The likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it lived up to all I hoped it would be. Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began. Oh.
Careful.
Thanks.
Bryn, over here.
So the cinematics in the game are like 2D animation type cinematics.
What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No one's been this close in years. The base weavers have known about this safe zone in the Vale's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
Question hubs like below will loop back to ask more questions. The top option continues with the dialogue. Okay, I couldn't even read finished. That's the second time that the game doesn't allow you to read finished, or doesn't give you enough time to read.
The Strand Road?
A famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron. The hub for bartering magical goods. Before the Surge, caravans used the Strand Road to enter and exit the Enclave with their goods. It's been completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the Surge.
I know the scry is a standard device across Weaver bands, but my previous leader, Aaron, didn't really make use of ours.
He sent you on expeditions without it?
I mean, I wore the earpiece, but he didn't exactly stay close to the table at the camp while I was out.
That's incredibly dangerous. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, mind explaining how it works in your Weaver band?
When you go on an expedition, you'll wear the earpiece, which allows me to communicate with you and give directions from the scry table. At the table, everyone will be able to watch your expedition and communicate with you as needed. The last, most important function of the scry is that it allows me to use magic to pull you back to camp when your life is in danger.
Right. That clears up anything I needed to know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
Okay, so first thing that I want to do is to change the voices to be automatic. There was an option for that. Autoplay dialogue on, because it's irritating that you have to click every time. Okay, mouse sensitivity is a little bit too sensitive, but let's see.
I need to reach the watchtower, not head back to the caravan.
Yeah, but don't you allow me to explore?
No visuals on the scry. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
Okay, your feet clip through the rock. Hopefully they fix that. Yeah, mouse sensitivity is definitely a little bit more than what I would want it. Let's drop it down by 13%. Normally I complain that the mount sensitivity by default in games are a little bit too little, but here it's actually too much. Okay, there's an invisible wall over there.
The veil. Even more impressive up close.
Got visuals back.
The tangles. Beautiful.
And deadly. Give them a wide berth.
Well, I can't see shit, really.
The closer you get to the veil, the thicker they'll become.
Its shadow is believed to be impenetrable.
Until now.
Those could be rare exports.
You heard our quartermaster. Break them open.
Okay, and then you have to pick up all of the loot. I don't like that. Loot pickup should be automatic.
That wall is completely frozen.
Lift and move objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy. Control. To prepare the strand, press left click to cast, release, left click to throw it forward.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely this close to the veil.
Okay, apparently so those things explode.
Alliums. They combust when broken.
Yeah,
So
I
if
found
they
that
toss one
out.
at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant! Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Give it a moment to cool. Then you should be able to climb.
Okay, so the game uses a stamina system when climbing. Not a fan of that.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
Yeah, that's probably gonna end well.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
out.
Mira's breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Dharm, fix it. And Lane have tonics on standby for her return. Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
It's an ash peak drake.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path.
Ice wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice, useful for pinning foes of all sizes, creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim in the farthest point and draw the ice closer. Control to prepare the strand, left click to cast. The fire is actually spreading, that's cool. So it looks like you basically have infinite mana, basically. Because I can continually... Okay, this entire thing just blew up. You can basically infinitely cast it. But it does deteriorate or melt. Oh yes, it melts. Okay, that's pretty cool. So the fire spreads and the ice melts. That's actually a lot better than what you see in many games. Like actual elements that behave like the way they should do, you know? Like many games have fire, but it just sits there. It just does nothing, you know? Whereas this is clearly fire that has a lot more effort and thought put into how it actually functions in the world. That's very impressive, actually. I can count on a single hand the amount of times where I've played a game that has fire like that, that can actually spread.
Darn's still working on the scribe, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
I'm on it.
Aurea, that Drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Is it the water that's damaging me or what?
Nice one. Keep moving.
Don't know if it's the water that's damaging me.
Damn it, Casmin was right. That Drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast.
So the game is actually hitting 100% GPU usage, which means we must turn down the graphics slightly. So let's see if we can stop the game from hitting 100%. There we go, that's better. It's not at 100% anymore. Wow, even the mushrooms on the tree are damageable. That's pretty nice. Seems there's a lot of stuff in the game that are damageable. I mean, even this walkway is damageable, even the rocks. Look at that, even the rocks are damageable. That's really cool. I don't like the fact that you're limited to only 3 potions. That's really idiotic. Oh, we have a bow.
Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
Oh, that's cool. But it's very much slower to break things open with a bow. That's stupid. They should have made it so that this attack, the rapid attack, can actually damage the crates and stuff.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
I already forgot how to use magic. Was it control? There we go. How the hell does my own ice damage me? That's stupid. Oh no, the crate is over there. That's fantastic. And now I can't get that loot. That's double fantastic.
That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
I don't like the fact that the things that you attack are propelled away from you. Like if you have to chase after loot, that's not good. And then there's an invisible wall over here.
That's the half.
You're doing great. Final stretch.
This is going to be a boss battle.
That can't be an ark.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get... You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan.
Okay, so the fireballs follow you.
So, what have you got?
Trying, but she's too close to the Veil. The tangles...
Too thick, I know. Vitality tonics are...
It literally follows you. Like literally as I'm moving, it follows you.
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
What the... Hang on, Bryn.
So apparently that was a battle that you have to fail.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Pack up!
You're...
What? We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now. Up ahead! Lead!
Why is the mist moving like that all of a sudden?
Moving! Guys, the Ark!
I don't understand why that mist was following them like that all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like, are you telling me they all would have died in the mist if it wasn't for this arc thing activating all of a sudden? That doesn't make a huge amount of sense.
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom. Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Yeah, let's put the person who has literally only ever gone on a single mission in control of the lives of 6 other people. That makes a huge amount of sense.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival. If we avoid unnecessary risks, we'll be back on our feet in no time.
I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all Weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, Weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed, preached the evils of our magic, all because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, Weavers can find our place in the world again. But first, survival. Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the Veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
You think we might find another arc that could help us escape?
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers. Lane, you seem lost in thought. Settling in all right?
Oh, Bryn. Yes, I am. And you? I notice you've been keeping to yourself. I'm the first person you've spoken to since we arrived at camp.
You did? Are you spying on me?
Oh, of course not. It's my vocation to observe. Not just you, everyone. In fact, if you'd like, I can tell you a little about the others. You are newer to our band, after all.
Sev is relatively new to the team too. Has Solar taken on smithing apprentices before him?
No, she's never had an apprentice before. I don't know how he came to be her apprentice either. No one seems to.
That's a little odd, isn't it?
Not really. Typically, Ram are very secretive, culturally speaking. Sev may remain an enigma. I wish he would open up, though. I'd like to learn more about his people.
Before joining, I knew Aurea's band was renowned for its top-notch techniques in weaving. Why do you think that is?
To keep a points expedition gear competitive, you need a smith and an enchanter working in perfect harmony. And there's never been a pairing more harmonious than the union of our enchanter, Dan, and our smith, Solar.
They are sweet together.
Did you know Solar is descended from nobility in the Sansa Empire? Shame her family lost their fortune, though I suppose that's why she's so down to earth.
Are both Dharm and Solar from Sansa?
No. In fact, Dharm hails from Renland, where magic is completely forbidden. I often wonder if Dharm's fascination with enchanting would be as obsessive if magic wasn't dogmatically kept from him as a child.
Given that I'm the newest member, how do you think I fit in?
It speaks volumes that Aurea trusts you with taking over the expeditions this soon. I would have thought Casmin might take over in this interim period instead of you.
Casmin?
Up until about 6 months before you joined, Aurea was training her to become her replacement as point. It was going well, then out of nowhere the training ended, and Aurea began searching for a new point. I don't know if it was Aurea's decision or Casmin's, but either way, I suppose it's all for the best. You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Casmin hasn't been the most welcoming towards me. I wonder if she could be upset that I'm the new point.
Knowing Casmin, if she has a problem with you, it won't be long before she confronts you about it.
Ah, great. Lane, offering insight about the others is nice, but I came here to talk about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to know, really. I suppose I'm the typical third child to a second son of a patriarch of a minor mercantile house in Judea.
What?
I've enjoyed the experience of growing up in a family embroiled in feuds so long-standing that no living relative can recall inciting incidents firsthand. At a young age, scholastic endeavors became my escape from the familial turmoil until I could finally leave home, and so on and so forth. Nothing but a classical presentation of third-child issues in a Judean mercantile family.
Right. And how are you feeling since we entered the Enclave?
Truthfully, I'm not sure. Nothing's really wrong, but never mind.
You sure? Whatever's on your mind, I'm happy to listen.
Yesterday, entering the Enclave in our lifetime seemed impossible, yet today, here we are. It strikes me as an opportunity that was profoundly easy to miss. That's all. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Okay, so it seems that you don't get anything from dialogue. Like, not, there's no relationship system, there's no favor system. It's just basically lore, which is fine and everything, but I don't particularly like the 2D animation that they have during the dialogue scenes. I would have much preferred live in-game animation, cutscenes. So I'm probably not going to be talking to the people, to be honest. I'm probably just going to be playing the game for the most
right.
part.
The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
If the game doesn't require you to talk to anyone and doesn't give you any benefits whatsoever for talking to anyone, then yeah, like why would you even really talk to anyone?
So this is a loom gate. It's taller than I expected.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The loom gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
You're cute together. It's great to see a couple that shares such a love of their work with one another.
Who could have it any other way?
After being together for 7 years, we're bound to have something in common.
Come, my love. There must be something in the archives.
Yeah, go search her archives for a while. Can you fall down? No, you can't fall down. There's an invisible wall.
So after all the legends, this is it. The Enclave.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born here. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
I was made for this, Aurea. Failure hasn't even crossed my mind.
Watch that ego. Overconfidence can come back to smack you in the face. That said, getting smacked in the face is your job from time to time. Just learn from it when you can.
I know. I got this.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. For your first expedition, we need to get the lay of the land. Thankfully, Lane Free has an old map of the Enclave to help us get our bearings. It's 60 years old, pre-Surge. No chance it's accurate, but that's where you come in.
I'll update it as I go.
Exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the Overlook, and we've got 2 landmarks of note. A second loom gate, and what appears to be a giant statue, possibly an ark.
You can see it from here? Must be massive.
If either is functional, Dom will throw you a party. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is down by your tent.
I'll head out now.
If the map is just 60 years old, how can it be like out of date? How can a map really become out of date? I don't understand.
Your tent. Might not be glamorous, but you can rest here when you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
It's perfect.
I don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supplies when we passed through the Veil.
Seriously, I didn't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Half the time I was lucky if I didn't sleep on dirt.
Huh. That's... unfortunate. I'll leave you to get settled.
Clear as a sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference from the Enclave?
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the Veil.
That's reassuring.
This stamina system is so fucking stupid. I really hate stamina systems. Especially with the fact that it consumes stamina to just shoot your bow. Like, that makes the bow really a lot weaker. Oh shit.
That's the edge of how... Hold on, hold on.
In the event of a rescue, you can select which resources are preserved in her safe pouch. All other are lost. Upgrading Casman's caravan will increase the size of the safe pouch. Okay, that's fucking stupid. So, is there no way to disable that? So you can only choose 3 resources. Okay, that's fucking stupid. So if you want to bank your resources, you then have to go back like this, and then basically go out again. So you have to bank your resources every time. So now they should be banked, hopefully. And then we can go out again. Yes, okay. So that's just really stupid. And the fact that there's no way to turn it off, like even the difficulty option, I don't think said anything. Blah blah blah, vitality tonics are refilled. Blah blah blah. Yeah, so it doesn't seem that there's any way to disable loot drop. That's really stupid. Like I already said, the fact that when you hit a chest or you hit anything and it flies away from you, that's just completely unnecessary. Okay, and I didn't even get any loot from that. Normally you get loot. I think the developers maybe tried to turn this game into Dark Souls, because the fact that when you go back to your camp and you come back again, all of the minions respawn and all of the resources respawn. That's literally Dark Souls. And you drop your loot on death, that's Dark Souls. Like, this game really, I thought, would just be like an open world RPG similar to Enshrouded or something like that, you know, but now it seems that the developers are actually attempting to do Dark Souls more than anything. Can we do anything with this? Is there anything up there? We can obviously use this, but then like what will that help? Okay, I didn't want to do that. Like, what are you supposed to do with a ladder? Is there a place maybe where you can use it? Because I don't see... Oh, you can just climb. Okay, that's actually something that I didn't even think about. No resources out of that. So yeah, you can just like climb like this. I completely forgot about the fact that you can climb. So now, if I die, I will lose all of this shit.
Can't stretch the scry any further.
Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so that's basically another invisible wall just plopped down there so that you don't, so that you can't explore too much. So much for being open world, I guess. Oh, you actually get, or you sometimes get stuff from chopping down trees. It's not 100%. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it has a chance to drop something. I would rather just want it to drop something every time. Okay, that's an enemy, probably.
More arcs.
And they're clearly happy we're here.
Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor.
Holy shit.
Hostility is strange.
And I'm out of stamina, of course. How the hell were they supposed to be used for manual labor, but like they have fucking bows and stuff like that? Like, where did they get the bows? Where did they get the ability to do combat? None of it makes sense. Okay, you take some brutal fall damage apparently, so we have to watch for that. Don't want to fall down again. Some of the edges in the game have invisible walls, and some of them you can just fall down.
Fresh water in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
The point. What a beautiful view.
You also can't pick up or interact with stuff. Oh shit. You can't pick up or interact with stuff while attacking. That's really stupid. What's this? Blah blah blah. Inventory full. Like, how big is your inventory? Okay, so your inventory is just 12 spaces. That's stupid. Why do they limit the inventory size? Like, why? So how do I empty my inventory? Can you fast travel? Okay, no, you can't interact with the map at all. Can't even put down a pin or anything like that. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So, like, I don't understand, how am I supposed to get rid of stuff now? This is so stupid. Like, why did they choose to limit the inventory? Like, you can't fast travel. The game doesn't allow you to fast travel. So, are you literally telling me once you reach 12 resources, then you have to stop playing the game and you have to run back to the entrance? And you have to do that every time. Every time you reach 12 items, you have to stop playing the game and then run back to the town. Because that is horrifically idiotic. Like, talk about slowing down the game unnecessarily. You're literally forcing the player to stop playing the game for no reason. And probably all of these resources that are here are going to be lost. When I go back to town, it's probably gonna be lost. That water looks really, really strange. Some artifact bug over there. Of course, I can't pick up any of this. That's fantastic. Can't pick up that. Okay, so that damages me. This is super fantastic. Like, I enjoy this mining so much. And I enjoy this stamina system so much. Having to stand here for a minute or more, waiting for your stamina to regenerate, just in order to break open one thing. Fantastic game design. Yeah, that was super worth it. Spending a minute and a half standing there just to get 2 pieces of steel. Like, I don't know if I should go back to town or if I should continue exploring. My map doesn't show anything. My map doesn't show where to go or anything like that. Like, the map is useless. I just want to pick up all of the items. Like, I'm feeling like I'm not progressing now anymore because I'm not allowed to pick up any more items. There's something over there. Oh, damn. Okay, can't pick up any of the resources. Fantastic.
Hindra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Okay, that was a miss. Can you throw rocks at them? Okay, a rock apparently weighs a little bit too much. Okay, can't pick those up. Oh shit, 2 of them. I don't want to climb up.
creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, we'll eat.
Just try not to poison him.
Is that an enemy over there? Probably. Okay, why does that thing only take that little damage? That's crazy.
This must be the second loom gate.
What's covering the base?
I'll check it out. A lot of debris on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
No sign of life, but... See that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Tarza.
And he's gone.
With the debris gone, this loom gate doesn't appear to be in poor shape at all. Time to check out the Great Ark.
Okay, so the pipe is maybe broken up there. Let's have a look. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. They say the pipe is broken. Oh, fall damage. What am I supposed to do? Oh, there's a pipe coming from over there.
End of the lifeline, Bryn.
Okay, apparently not. So I really don't know what... Should we seal it? Maybe? Try to seal the magic? Okay, apparently not. So I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I was right. It is an ark. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
Yeah, that's good. Take a closer look at the giant statue, which absolutely will not come alive and squish us. Knock knock. Shit.
An ark of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp?
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least. 2 Enclave constructs. Neither of them functional. Good news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp for you, and we've got the Wisp working.
The wisp?
Watcher's Wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
Press V to conjure a wisp. Blah blah blah. V.
I see the path.
Good. That should take you to the shortcut.
Why don't you just allow us to just like teleport back? Why do we need to make it a whole different exercise to get back to town? And I love the fact that I can't pick up any of the loot.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate
That doesn't sound
our
good.
camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
With the loom gates active, we could expand our search of the Enclave. Who knows what we might find?
The potential for discovery is endless.
Agreed. So, how do we repair a loom gate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry. The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gates as a source of power.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart. In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arks have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the arc? There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace, no problem.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the Loom Gates platform. We've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Okay, so now hopefully my inventory is empty again. Now, complete treading water. Reforge the shield and sword. Okay, so what? Okay, that's all I have. Two-handers. Oh, you get two-handers eventually.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I owe you an apology.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming. I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself. You made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver Band is in good hands. I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd love that.
So we can obviously like inquire about her, you know? Like wonder why she's upset and whatever, but I'm not gonna do that since I'm not that interested in the lore, the backstory of the characters.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail exactly?
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it.
Salvage any excess resources into supplies. Supplies are used for multiple things over the course of Bryn's adventure, but the earliest use is to restore the band's capabilities through upgrade stations. Each resource converts into 5. So the blue ones are 5, the green ones are 2, and then the brown ones or the grey ones are 1. So obviously we get a lot of iron, we get a lot of rough leather, so I'm not sure how much we need. Okay, apparently we
great
need
start.
10.
With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Come on, there must be something.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
Kaz, don't be shy. If it's shelves you want, it's shells you'll get. We'll organize the crap out of this place in no time.
No, I don't need them. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm fine.
Come on, say it with me. I deserve new shelves.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was a stretch too. Don't worry, we'll make some improvements around here.
Thanks, Bren. Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me, we'll need the... What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well done?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Just try to remember, it's not the end of the world if you take a break. Someone will step in to help lighten your load.
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supplies. I stepped in to help, didn't I?
You did. I see your point.
The others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work, but... this was nice.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you. We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
Blah, blah, blah. Original materials are reclaimed. Higher stats, higher quality, significant impact on damage and survivability. Okay, so obviously we want the sword. Where's the sword? Oh, this is sword and shield, okay. Can I upgrade my other stuff? Yes, my bow, my armor apparently. Okay. So what? You click on it, then then the stats change based on what materials you use, and even the color changes as well. That's very nice. That's a very nice system. You don't see that very often. So that gives 4 more damage. That gives 10 more damage. That gives 6 more damage, and then a little bit more resistances. I think let's go with this one. That's good. Wow, 13. Okay, we're definitely gonna take that. Three is not so much, but I guess so. These make a very small impact. Okay, I guess that's good. It's a very big difference from what we had.
Perfect pair.
And it's cool that the resources that you used on it can be reclaimed in the future.
There you go. Not just good as new, better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible to work with whatever we've got in the caravan. Once you have everything we need, we'll forge the patch here.
So I need steel and hard leather. And then it will do that upgrade. It's not a huge amount, not even 10%. Craft. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I need to go collect the carapace in order to do this one. Okay, I already have that, so it won't help if I craft that. Do I already have this? I don't think so. Okay, I have this one, so I can get this one. The weight is a little bit less, and then it also has max magic added. I really like the fact that it changes the color.
A good balance of protection and mobility. Always refreshing to work with carved materials. This one strikes a good balance. Try to bring this back in one piece.
I actually really like the upgrading system. It's a really cool system. Okay, so cleave the carapace. Okay, now, after we've done that, I like that. I like that very much. Now, the question is, as I already said, I really hate the fact that you have to leave resources behind constantly. This girl said that we can increase the slots available. Bryn will have 15 slots available. Okay, so that's something we definitely want to do. So that will cost 20 resources. So let's quickly have a look. We should be able to get 20 together. And then with the next one, we need to progress the story. So we can't go to level 3 right now. Grant cold resistance. Upgrade mantle powers to level 2, but that requires 50. I can probably get the 50 together, but let's not do that currently. Change equipment. Yeah, these are fine, and I don't have a two-hander yet. I guess we'll unlock two-handers later. Okay, so we are actually quite a bit more powerful now. This gate still doesn't work. So let's go out and then what I want to see is, does the resources that were on the ground stay on the ground? That is going to be a massive decider on whether or not this game will, in my opinion, be playable or not. Because if you are constantly losing resources by obviously leaving it on the ground, because you're forced to leave it on the ground. At least our pack is now 3 spaces bigger, which is not a huge amount, but at least it's something. But if you're constantly forced to leave resources on the ground, and they disappear, like I might not have an issue with it if the resources were on the ground and you could come back and collect them later. But if you can't pick them up and they disappear, that will be diabolical. Our sword does significantly more damage now. So I want to go to a point where I know there was resources on the ground. Obviously all of the enemies have now respawned, we've already determined that. It seems that we don't take damage from our own ice anymore. That's nice. I think our cold resistance is now significant enough or sufficient enough to not take damage from our own ice anymore. So there absolutely was resources on the ground over here. So let's see if they are still here. There's a chameleon hiding around here somewhere. Yeah, and it seems the resources that were here are no longer here, because there was the red cotton over here, and it's not here anymore. So that's bad. That's really, really bad. That significantly affects my opinion of the game. But yeah, like I said already, I can't really give my opinion on the game too much. I will reserve that for my review if and when I do a review. Yeah, but that just sucks. That's really disappointing. I really would have liked it if there was a way to either increase your inventory completely so that you don't need to drop stuff on the ground, or a way to just not have the stuff disappear. If the stuff that didn't disappear and you could come back later to pick the stuff up, that would have been much more preferable than this current situation where items disappear. It just sucks. But yeah, guys, I'm done for today. I think. While the game is hitting 100% GPU usage right now. What if I do this? Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, the performance of the game needs a little bit of fine-tuning, because if you can't even run the game at 2K native resolution with my current setup, which is a 3080 RTX, which is obviously a very powerful card, and a 5700 X3D chip, which is also a very good chip. Yeah, like it's not good that you can't run it at 2K resolution. I'm now running it at 1200p instead of 1440p, so a little bit below 1440p, which is 2K resolution. Anyway, like I said, this video will go live when I am able to make it go live, when the embargo is lifted for playing the game, and then perhaps I will do more. I don't know, I will see. And then perhaps I will do a review once the review embargo is lifted as well. But yeah, you guys can get my general opinion on the game already. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I think there's some things that need to be changed, but anyway. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks again to the developers for sending me a key. I might play the game again in the future, so if you like this game, or like me watching playing the game, then certainly you know what to do. And then also, if you want to support my content and allow me to create more content, then your support on patreon.com/LFP would be very much appreciated. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and I will see you guys next time.